So we earn money in three ways with United Games. We get paid when people acquire tokens. We get paid when people play tokens. And there is a check matching commission that is paid on the income of people in our downline. This is you and the level, the tier of people beneath you. We get paid on 9 tiers of players. This is the monthly revenue. I'm going to go through a number of different scenarios so you can sort of see how small numbers turn into big income. This is the percentage of commission that we get paid on the various tiers. The closer they are, the more you get paid. 10% on the people on your first tier, down to 1/2 of 1% on people on your 9th level. What you'll see is getting paid 1/2 of 1% on a whole lot of people is better than getting paid 10% on a few. So, United Games has said that they're using the number 7 as the model they are using to project how many people players will invite to play the game. Now, that could vary. Some people will invite hundreds. Some will invite 2 or 3. Some won't invite anybody. But if we use that number, and we use the number $7 per month in revenue generated. Now that includes watching videos, which are the equivalent of $1 of revenue each, watching advertisements. It includes the purchase of tokens. So if we use the number 7, then you can see that with 7 people, if this is you and you invite 7 people and they become players. If those 7 people invite 7 people, well, that's 49 people. 49 plus the previous 7 is 56. That's where this number comes from. If those 49 people each invite 7 people, that's 343. Excuse me, and 343 is the total of 399 is a total of 343 plus 56. 2,800, 19,000. You can see these numbers literally compound, just like compound interest, just like your mom and dad told you. So these numbers are additive, and you can see that they get to be very large. If each one of those players generated $7 in revenue from watching advertisements or purchasing tokens, $7 per month, well, on your first level, 7 times 7 is $49. At 10%, you'd earn $4.90. Keep in mind you don't earn any commission on your own use. So if you buy $100 worth of tokens, you don't get paid anything on it. On the second level, 49 people, each spending $7 is $343. Times 5%, that's $17.15. By the way, you can see here that if 10 people each spent $10 or generated $10 in revenue, that'd be $100. At $10 per or 10% commission, you'd earn $10, which is enough to cover your $9.99 monthly fee with a penny left over. Now I'm going to change a few things. In Tier 1, if we only invited 5 people, you can see how that changes things. 525, 125, 605, down to 1,953,125 people on your 9th level. Is that possible? Yes, it's possible. Is it likely? No. You can't assume that anything is going to happen on its own. You've got to make this happen. Let's change that back. I'm going to change it back to 7. And you can see how it changes that number on the 9th level. It goes to 40 million people. Will some people do that? Absolutely. Now let's leave it at 7 people each, and let's change this to $5. Well, that changes things a lot. $1 million. This is per month, by the way. And this number is the total of all the various levels. Level 1 through level 9. $1.2 million. Let's make this $2. If everybody spent $2 or generated $2 in revenue, you'd only make $403,536.07 a month. Oh gosh, what would you do? Well, what if the average person only invited 2 players and they only paid $2 each? You're not going to make a whole lot of money because you don't have the benefit of the compounding numbers. So 5 people each at $2, you're still going to be making a nice chunk of cash. Let's increase this to $3 in revenue generated. It goes from $25,000 up to $38,000. Times 3, that's about $500,000 a year in passive income. So you can see that if, in fact, everybody invited 7 people and everybody spent $5. Now, keep this $5, that's $5 in revenue generated per month. That's 5 commercials or purchase of 5 tokens or a combination. That's per month. What if this was 20? 5 per week. It's crazy. It's absolutely unbelievable. But we're going to scroll down now. The second way we get paid is what's called tokens played. And when someone plays a game, you get paid. So you got paid up here when they purchased or acquired tokens. Down here, you're going to get paid when they play the tokens. It's so nice of United Games to do that for us. So if you had 10 people on your first tier and they generated $10 in revenue per person per month, that's $100 in total revenue. You get paid 5% in the token played category. $5. Not a whole lot of money. 10 invite 10, that's 100. 100 invite 10, that's 1,000. 1,000 invite 10, that's 10,000. The numbers get much bigger. The thing that you need to be aware of is that you could have hundreds or thousands of people on your first level. This spreadsheet isn't set up to do this calculation properly, but let's say you got 100 players. Well, see, that's not going to work. But you get 10% of every play on your first tier. So if you know lots of people, or say this person here, maybe this is Brett Favre or Tony Dungy or Shaquille O'Neal, and he sends out a tweet to his followers that says, hey, this game is cool, you ought to play it, and 200,000 people download the game and start playing it. The numbers change drastically. That's all I'm saying. So remember that you know someone who knows someone who knows a superstar, and they can bring in tens of thousands of players with a single tweet. This is very interesting to me. This is our matching commission. This is check matching. And in check matching, you get a percentage of the pay of the people below you, 4 tiers below you. And I want to encourage you to download and print out the United Games Affiliate Commission Program. It's 5 pages long, and it explains things in more detail and gives you specific definitions for all of these different terms that I'm throwing around. But in check matching, you get paid 20% of the income of people in your first tier. So that's like having someone work for you and you getting paid for it. I think that's a great idea. On your second tier, you get paid 10%. Your third and fourth, you get paid 5%. So let's say you earn $350 in income from United Games. And I have to say, I assume this is for the tokens acquired and tokens played. Say you earn $350, and the other people in your downline do the same thing. If 5 people earned $350, that would be a total of $1,750. You're going to earn 20% of that. That's $350. Well, if they each had 5 people that earned $350, that would be $8,750 of revenue on your second tier. 10% of that is $875. These numbers get big. What if you earn $1,000 and the other people, these people all did the same thing? And over time, this can happen. This isn't going to happen quickly, but it can happen. $1,000, look at what happens down here to this number. $41,000. This is, again, is per month. Keep in mind that this is for illustration purposes only. It's entirely fictional. There are no guarantees of income expressed or implied.